Concussion, presented by the Lake Highlands Wildcat Band. Tonight you'll be hearing our percussion students from Lake Highlands High School and Freshman Center, Forest Meadow Junior High, Lake Highlands Junior High, and many of our cluster elementary schools. The kids are so excited to have the opportunity to share some great music with you tonight. The piece you just heard, Starry-Eyed, was performed by the 2013 Fall Lake Highlands Battery with a number of added players in the mix. Here at Lake Highlands, we're always looking to train up our next generation of players, and that's particularly important this year since our excellent snare line for the fall is all graduating. So I'm looking at you, junior high guys. There's a spot for you coming up here soon. We are recording audio and video tonight, so to minimize distractions and for the safety of our performers, would you please join me right now in silencing your cell phones? This past piece and our next two pieces are written for unpitched percussion instruments, so that's like toms and snare drums and bass drums and cymbals. These are great for developing our sense of rhythm and our drumming technique, and those are both very important in this line of work. Our next piece is going to be Alarm by Brian Bloom, and then following that is Coffee Bean by Joel Smales, which will be performed by our Forest Meadow Junior High Symphonic Band Percussion Ensemble. Give us just a second and we'll be ready to go with those pieces. Thank you. We got a real treat for you guys. We have some future Lake Highlands Wildcats coming on the stage right now. We have an interesting sixth grade situation here in Richardson ISD. As you know, our sixth grades are on the elementary school campuses, unlike most school districts around here. So that presents a few challenges for the arts. So we start beginning band in sixth grade. That means instead of having like 2 schools for us to teach, we have about 12. So for these guys, most of these guys only get to come and hang out with their percussion instructor just 1 time a week. So what you're going to see right now is the result of 1 rehearsal per week practice, maybe for the last, 7 weeks? How long have we been working on Percussion? Maybe since Christmas? Something like that? Yeah, so these guys have done a really great job with their band directors in each of their individual campuses on making this piece come together. So here's Percussion Pre-K-14. Take a look at it.
1, 2, ready, get.
Let's give another hand. For the remainder of our program today, we're going to be playing pieces with melodic percussion instruments. We spend most of our time working on that kind of stuff. So that's marimba, that's vibraphone, that's bells, timpani, chimes, all of those kinds of instruments that produce sounds that you can sing back, right? You can sing those melodies in the shower if you really want to. We spend a lot of time working on that because I feel like that's probably the best way to teach our kids about what music really is. If you ask the average person, what is music? They'll sing you a song. And that's what we want to do with our musicians as well. So the rest of today's performance is with melodic percussion. And man, we are doing some really, really cool literature. A lot of this music that you're about to hear is college level stuff. One of the cool things about percussion is that our art is relatively young. Choral people and violinists and pianists have been playing music written by old dead dudes that have been dead for hundreds of years now. And we don't have so much of that in percussion. Maybe unfortunately, maybe fortunately, because what we have is things written by people now. I like to tell my kids that we're in the golden age of percussion right now. I think a lot of the best pieces of music being written for our instrument are being written right now. This next piece that you guys are going to hear once they're set up is called Catching Shadows by Ivan Trevino. Catching Shadows was premiered just this last fall by the Eastman Percussion Ensemble, the Eastman School of Music at the International Convention in Indianapolis last fall. And I really like the piece. And so I sent an email to the composer, a gentleman who's about my age, and I said, hey, that's pretty cool. And he said, yeah, cool. And I said, can I buy it? And he said, okay, and he emailed it to me. That's how it works now, you know? It's not old dead dudes anymore. It's just normal people writing cool stuff, and then we play it. So our ensemble, this high school, we are one of the first performers in the world of this piece because it was just premiered last fall, right? And it's been selling like hotcakes, right? So everybody's trying to play this piece, but we're one of the first ones who's going to be able to play it. This piece is also really cool because it's written for some vocalists, and with the help of Miss Kari Gilbertson, thanks Miss G, we've brought in some vocalists. We have a Lake Highlands vocal ensemble that's going to be joining us for this piece. You guys are really going to enjoy it. All right, we'll give the performers a couple more minutes to get set up, and we'll start. Thank you. One of our many percussion activities throughout the year is something that we participate with the rest of the band program in the fall. We compete in what's called the all-region audition process. In the all-region audition process, all of our students go and they prepare a 2-mallet solo, a 4-mallet solo, a snare solo, and a timpani solo. And every student in the state of Texas prepares up the same material. And then they go to one centralized location in our region, and they compete against all the other fantastic musicians in this area. This past fall, we did very well in our region, and we had 2 of our high school performers tonight in our region, Austin Von and Haley Von with the ground. This next piece of music is really, really cool, and it's very different. I think we're the first high school to play this piece, at least in Texas, if not the country. This is a piece by a gentleman called Steve Reich. Steve Reich is a very well-known American minimalist composer. He's one of those people who's not an old dead dude. I think he's about 80, so he's still got a little while longer, I think. Hopefully, anyway. Steve Reich is a percussionist, but he's known in the wider music world for his music. I've always thought that Steve Reich's music is maybe more influential than any other modern living composer. This piece is really cool because it has a phasing pattern. You'll hear the marimbas play a chord, and they'll hold that chord, and then Austin will start a pattern, and then a little while later, Sam Polachek on the other vibraphone will come in and play the exact same thing, but back in time. He'll play it back 1/8 note, or back 1/4 note, or back a dotted quarter note, right? He'll play it after Austin plays it, and it's a really funky thing, and it's really tough to get exactly right. These guys have been doing a fantastic job with it because this is a really professional piece of music. This is something where if you went to New York City and went to some avant-garde performance, you would probably hear this piece, right? It's not for the faint of heart, and these guys have done a fantastic job of preparing it. So, without further ado, here's Steve Reich, Mallet Quartet. massive undertaking. That is like, it's hard to explain how hard that piece is. Just take my word for it. It's really, really, really tough to put that thing together. These guys did a fantastic job. I couldn't be more proud of these guys. We were fortunate to have a lot of support today from Lone Star Percussion. Lone Star Percussion is a store just right down the road. It's like 5 minutes away from here, and it's the biggest percussion store in the country. And it's 5 minutes away from here. We lucked out. They're really cool. Their slogan is "We speak drum." Everybody who works there is a percussionist or a dancer. Like they all know what's going on. So anytime you guys have anything that you need to pick up, just go to Lone Star and say, "Hey, I'm just a more student," or whatever, whoever student you are. You know, it's like they know all of us, and they know what equipment you're supposed to have. They're a fantastic store. I've been there like every day in the last 2 weeks, just getting everything ready for this program. They have been gracious enough to donate some stuff our way for a raffle. Students, I haven't told you this yet, but you guys, each of you have your name on a raffle ticket, and so does everybody who bought one earlier today. So, this first raffle will be for a small t-shirt and a $5 Lone Star Percussion gift card. You can use it on anything at Lone Star Percussion. And our first lucky winner is Will Marsh. Looks like we're ready to go. This next piece was originally written by an old dead dude, but recently arranged by a very much living one. He's standing in front of you right now. So we're going to play the Chopin Prelude in E minor.
Nothing we do right now is possible without the unending support of our head band director, Mr. Jeff Bradford. Also on the Lake Highlands band staff faculty is James Reese, Amanda Johnson, Danny Martinez. These guys have helped me out so much this past week and all year long. I owe everything that I'm able to do in this to them, and that's the truth. Also, our percussion faculty is Mr. Jacob Remington, teaching our private lessons with Mr. Dan Guerra. Jacob is here in the back helping out today. And Kevin Cho does a lot of our stuff in the junior highs. They're doing a fantastic job. In the administration, we have fantastic support here in Richardson ISD from Brian Britt, our principal Penny Dillon, Liz Dillon. Also, Bill Gallo is the principal here at the Freshman Center. Our Forest Meadow band staff, Matt Newton and Jennifer Cummings. Lake Highlands Junior High band staff, Raina Mayfield, Morgan Cartwright. And you'll see the vocal ensemble and light sound in the back of your program if you want to check those names. We have a pretty cool thing this year. I twisted Mr. Bradford's arm, and he agreed to come and conduct a piece. It's a pretty special experience.